Now watch this. Here's a better term for it. It's called nocturnal emissions. Right. So, right. Some of you have nocturnal emissions when you're trying to go to bed at night. Okay, and those nocturnal emissions are becoming from the desires that you have. All right. Now, everybody looking at like, what the hell is that? I hope you can't spell it. I hope you mess it up. Block their phone. But anyway, so with those nocturnal emissions, a lot of that comes from pornography or things you see throughout the day. Play that video real quick.
The brain is a fascinating machine, really.
In terms of brain plasticity, everything that we do each and every day shapes our brain.
We call it neuroplastic, just as plastic is changeable and malleable. We can change the shape of the brain.
And I actually did a study recently on this. So we put people in
the white man think he God. Did you hear what he just said? He calls it neuroplastic. Talking about the brain. He can shape your brain. How? That show you that the brain is powerful. And the things you see, that you receive, the information you receive on a daily basis is very powerful. Never take for granted what your children are watching or what you're watching, because it's shaping your mindset. This is some heavy stuff. White man the devil, man. I told y'all that. Play it. So every single show here on Escaping the Plantation 2.0, we always going to do one thing for sure, and that's the righteous rant of the day, where we rant in righteousness. And today ain't no different. Now watch this. I got to show y'all this, y'all. This is going to trigger some of y'all, so get ready to be triggered, all right? Especially you fathers out there. Pull up that Facebook post that I had. Me and Cappy Yadin was actually talking about that. Shout out to Big Judd, man. We was talking about this yesterday. Now, I want you to zoom in on the top of the, at the very top of it, and let's read this, all right? So this comes from Film Finesse, I guess. Read that real quick.
My man was in charge of my birthday cake this year, and my dad wasn't too happy about it. I mean, I'm grown now. He's just being dramatic.
Right, so you see first of all, you see the picture. Second of all, you see it's a birthday. Then you see her putting her father out there in front of the on the Facebook. Now, look at what it says. Happy birthday. Best P ever. And you can fill in the blank for those of you that know what that's saying. Best P ever. Now, I want you to go to the next images. I had two more images. It's those images, but it's up close. Go to the next one. All right, so you see that's the image. Now go to the next image real quick. All right, zoom in on this. This is the conversation between her and her father. Okay, this is conversation between her and her father. All right.
I wanted to wait till after everyone left to ask, why did you get mad and leave? It was a gathering for my birthday, and it hurt my feelings to see you just up and leave.
So her father apparently got pissed off from what he saw, and he left. He said, I'm not doing this. I'm gone. So he dipped out from the birthday party. Go ahead.
China, that shit was highly disrespectful.
So now he said, hey, man, that stuff you did was highly disrespectful. Let's see. Go ahead.
The cake, I mean.
He's talking about that birthday cake that we just saw. Go ahead.
Your mother and I were there, and that's the cake your friend decided to pick up?
Right. He said, wait a minute. Your mama were there. I was there with your mother. And that's the cake that your friend decided to pick up? Go ahead.
That was very distasteful.
Very distasteful. Go ahead.
You're still my little girl at the end of the day.
Now, I feel him.
All right. Yeah.
I feel him. Watch this.
It wasn't that deep. I just feel like you're being dramatic as always.
This is her talking to her daddy, y'all. She was swimming around in his... She was not thought of. She came from him. He produced her. You understand? But now, and this is the audacity. This is what, remember we talking about being audacious? Some kids are audacious as hell. Right. The way you talk to your mother, your father, is beyond me. And we wonder why the Most High putting kids to death out here. While little kids is having car accidents, don't nobody die but the little baby in the back seat. Right. And we say, I wonder why the Lord let that baby die. Because that's what people say. They say, if there was a God, he wouldn't let little kids die. These little kids bad as hell. Disrespectful, some of them. And the Lord, I'm going to judge them. So she told her daddy, you just don't like him. Ain't that what they say?
Yep.
When they get that rod get put on them, they start defending the nigga to their daddy. You just don't like him. Okay, let's see what the father had to say.
It's not about liking someone, China. It's about decent damn respect. You think your father wants to eat a birthday cake that showcases how good his daughter's private parts is? No. Hell no.
What man don't feel that? I understand what he's saying. I ain't eating that. Right. I'm not sitting here for that. I'm not going to watch you blow out no candles over that. The hell are you talking about? Go ahead.
I still don't understand why you're mad. It was just a joke. But okay, I'm 27, not a child.
Disrespectful. Go ahead.
It's about respect, China. Look, we'll talk more about this tomorrow.
Now watch what she say to him.
There's nothing left to talk about, honestly.
She disrespectful. I don't want to talk about it. So this dude, first of all, it's so much to this, y'all. As a father, so many things is running through my head, and I know it's running through her father's head at the moment. For him to make a cake that says best PUSSY ever, right? That means he got other vagina to compare it to. So not only are you telling me my daughter got the best you ever had, you're comparing her to other women that you've had, meaning you could have gave my daughter an STD. Bruh. It's so much that goes through a father's mind when he see crap like this. And that's why we be on you little girls in the congregation. That's why we've established Saving Sarah's Daughters, because we tired of seeing our little girls grow up to be whores. Now, give me Sirach 7 and 24, 23 and 24. Sirach chapter 7, verse 23 and 24. The Bible talks about how a father is supposed to look out for his daughter. Watch this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 23.
Yep.
Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth.
Right. Teach your children God's commandments from their youth. Teach them the fear of God from their youth. Go ahead. Hey, and shout out to IUIC Watch and Read for the she-bears. When my kids be walking around, she-bears. She-bears. I said, yeah, they gonna get you. Yeah, they gonna get you.
Hey, Cat, my son cried.
Oh, good.
He said, cry. I said, yeah, that's what happened.
That's what happened when
you got to cut in the forehead.
Right.
They need a dose of that reality.
They need a dose of reality. This is what God do. I'm glad they made it gruesome and graphic. Right. She-bears.
You gonna learn today?
I can't sleep by myself. Can I sleep with y'all? Why you want to sleep with us, baby? The she-bears. Good. That's what I like.
All praises.
All right, but when we was kids, it was Freddy Krueger, Candyman. You know what I'm saying? Bloody Mary. Lord, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You remember when we was a kid, you had to go in the bathroom, say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times. Everybody was like, I ain't doing that. You do that. So we had fear in us as kids, but it was, for like stuff like that. But our kids are learning to fear the Lord. Right. So the Bible said, what, read again?
Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth.
Go ahead.
Hast thou daughters?
Hast thou daughters?
Have care of their body.
The Bible said, hast thou daughters, have care for their body. You're supposed to protect your daughter's body. And guess what? When you let your daughter have boyfriends, you're not protecting her body.
Right.
When you let your daughter wear pants, booty shorts, things of that little shorts, you're not protecting her body. Right. You're not. You're allowing her body to be showcased so that it can be exploited. And I'm telling you, I was that guy. That guy that you looking out for, that you trying to watch out for, that wants your daughter, that was me. I was that nigga. You understand? And many of us was. We were predators, and we knew we can get it. Listen, when on college campuses, let me tell you something about college. You got semesters, you got class. You got your 8 a.m. class. I remember we work out at 5 a.m. We done by 6:30. I can go get breakfast. I knew on my way to breakfast, I was going to see the same set of females walking to their 8 a.m. class every morning. And I knew at least for the next 5 months, I'm going to see her every morning or at least 3-4 times a week. So I ain't have to shoot my shot every day. It was a smile every once in a while. It was how you doing every once in a while. And to the point to where I saw an opportunity. And it wasn't just me. All my teammates used to talk about the same thing. And then once you had her, you would tell the other brothers what she was like. them niggas in these other camps will not tell you sisters this. That's why you dumb. That's why you birds is getting damn plucked. Because y'all want to run over there because you don't like IUIC because IUIC discipline. And you know if you come up in here, you ain't getting no husband day one. Because while we train the men to not look at your outer appearance, but to look at the heart, see if you in the spirit. A lot of you women, y'all grew up whores, so you don't want to change. You come up in here, you're going to have to change. But I'm giving you the game. We giving you the game. I knew I could break her down. I knew. I even knew if she had a boyfriend and she was walking with that nigga, I could break her down. I knew it. Just give me time. Hey, just give me time. It was the challenge. Oh, she got a man? Bet. You got to walk by yourself one day. You understand? And don't let my homeboy get your homegirl. It's a rap. Oh, it's a rap, nigga. Hey, bring Shawty over here with you when your girl come over. Bring, you know what I'm saying? To get her, bring her friend over. She got a boyfriend. She ain't studying you, man. Nigga ain't me. I'm just telling you the mindset of the nigga. You see how fluid it come out of me to say this? Because that was me. I'm telling y'all, this was us. All them brothers shaking their head because we know the game. Then you sisters, we try to tell you, hey, look, bro, sis, don't let your daughter do this. Don't let your daughter do that. These niggas out here predators. Oh, no, Captain. My daughter would never. Okay. You go ahead fighting against God and fighting against the flesh. You go ahead. Say it again, verse 24.
Has thou daughters?
Has thou daughters?
Have care of their body.
Have care for their body.
And show not thyself cheerful toward them.
Don't play with her. You cannot play with her. You got to let her know I ain't playing when it come to you being a hoe. I ain't playing when it come to you dressing immodestly. I'm not playing when when it come to disrespect. You got to. Go ahead, verse 25.
Marry thy daughter.
That's it right there. Marry your daughter. Go ahead.
And so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
You know why it's a weighty matter? Because a man want to know that he giving his daughter to a righteous man. He don't want to give his daughter to the man that he used to be. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
But give her to a man of understanding.
So that take work. Hey, tell me about this brother over here. He asked about my daughter. What about him? Tell me a little bit about him. Okay, hey, young man, come here. I'll talk to you for a minute. You asked about my daughter. Let me ask you a question. Well, how much money you got in the bank account? I'm asking that. Ask the brothers. Any brother that ever came up here and said, hey, Captain Josiah, Captain Raleigh, Officer Scar, I'm interested in sister such and such. How much money you got saved up? That's we want to know. We not, you know she got a baby? Do you know that she's single? Do you know that she got a job? So what are you doing? Do you have a house? Oh, she got a house. Oh, so you gonna move in with a woman. Like we chastising the hell out of the brother. Brothers just say, you know what, let me just get my stuff together before I come back up there. But that's what father's supposed to do. That's what big brother's supposed to do. Look out for the sisters. You understand? You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Man, I interrogated, man, that John. I interrogated John because Sister Daka, that's my sister. She called the phone line. I never forget, 2016, she called the phone line and Deacon Asaph said, we got an officer and some soldiers down there in Mississippi called. She called, I was soldier, get a liar. I said, Shalom. She said, I've been watching. And this, you talking real fast. I said, sis, slow down. Sis, damn, slow down. 2 weeks later, she was at the school. She wrote the first Sons of Thunder chorus. The first Sons of Thunder chorus that we ever had. His wife wrote it. So, hey, look, that's my sister right there. You ain't finna mess with her. So then this guy come in the body. Somebody he interested in my sister.
She's mine now.
Yeah, she yours now. I'll pray to the Most High. You earned that.
Brother. We watching you.
Still watching your ass.
Hey, Cap, but I got shut down at first.
Yes.
Because I didn't have the chief things of life in place. But by that next week, I had my own house.
When we told him he couldn't prove her because he didn't have his own spot, this brother came to the leadership table the next week, had the keys in his hand. I got the house. He did it the right way. Shout out to Officer John. But that's what father's supposed to see. That's game. See, now your daddy, he got game. But that's the way we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what these other congregations be doing. You know what I mean? But that's how IUIC roll. You feel me?
But that's the scriptures. Right. Christ said a man should leave mother and father, meaning he got to have his own. So we doing things, thus said the Lord God.
So what y'all got to say about the disrespect, how that woman disrespect?
Hey, get me Sirach chapter 3 and verse 8 first.
Bring it out.
Hey, without God's laws, you are wandering in darkness. You completely lost. That's why she felt comfortable to send those messages. How are you upset that he even left? You had no honor in him. You didn't care about his feelings in the first place. Watch this. Come on.
Sirach 3 and verse 8.
Yup.
Honor thy father and mother.
Read.
Both in word and deed.
Both in what?
Word and deed.
So it's not just with your lips. You also have to honor it in deed, in your actions as well. Come on.
That a blessing may come upon thee from them.
From who?
From them.
That's why he didn't honor that thing. That's why he
Right.
got out of there. He said, wait, how you invite me to the party knowing this disgusting, horrible cake is here and you think it's fine and then still want to send a message? Jump down to verse 10. Watch this.
Verse 10. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
Do what?
Glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
That's what she was doing. She was upset with the father.
Yep.
He stood grounds on. He said, I'm not even going to sit here, eat this cake. I'm leaving. She still dishonored him and wanted to ask why. Read.
For thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee.
You want to know where the glory is at? Now you getting roasted on righteous rants.
Right.
For being disgusted.
For real though, we gonna get on your ass too.
Hey, jump up to verse 5.
Verse 5. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
So now it says, if you honor your father, you have joy of your own children. So now she messed around and get pregnant by this dude. Her children will be disrespectful as hell to her.
Right.
That's what the Lord is saying here. Read it again.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
Uh-huh.
And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
Now read, jump down again. Read what he just read again in verse 8.
Verse 8. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed.
So now watch this. Honor thy father and mother both in word and deed. Give me that in Tobit real quick. Tobit 10. Let me see. 10 and 12.
Yep.
The book of Tobit 10 verse 12.
Watch this.
And he said to his daughter, honor thy father and thy mother-in-law.
Honor thy father and mother-in-law. Read on.
Which are now thy parents.
Which are now your parents. So you're supposed to treat your mother and father-in-law the same way you treat your actual parents, with honor and respect. Read on.
That I may hear good report of thee.
That's the point. That we may hear good report of you. But this next generation, they disrespectful as hell.
Right.
They need the laws of God. That's the problem here.
Hey, and let me make mention of something too. Just because your mother-in-law ain't in the truth, don't give you license to disrespect her. Right. Or father. Now, my wife's her mama passed away. But if her mother was still alive, just because we know the truth, we would not disrespect her. I would not let my children disrespect her, nor would I disrespect her. All right? So you cannot do that. Because I know what some of y'all thinking, well, what if the mother and father-in-law is not in the truth? Okay, we understand that. Now, I'm not saying kiss their boots. I'm not saying, you got to have your children all over there all the time and you're going to let them disrespect the commandments of God. I'm not saying that, or disrespect your household. But what I am saying, you still have to show them that reverence because they are the parents of your husband or of your wife, okay? Now, with that being said, I want to get into the first video real quick. Just extend the righteous rant. It is what, let it just flow right into the show because it's the same. All right. It's the experts talk about the effects of porn on the brain. Remember, we talked about filthy dreamers and blind guides. I don't know if we're going to get to the blind guides, but I want to deal with the filthy dreamers. Some of you, we were talking about it earlier. I'm not going to show it because it's a little graphic, but we were talking about what they call, give me a second. I'm going to use the best term because some of these kids be looking stuff up. Then they blame Captain Gedaliah. Well, Captain Gedaliah showed it in a class, and I was curious. That's why I took your phone and snuck in the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning while you were asleep and looked at it. Now, don't blame me. No, you're not going to blame me. You're a little bad behind. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I saw Captain Gedaliah. I saw Deacon say it in class, so nope, don't do that. You're a little bad behind. Did that on your own. The hell is this? Now, watch this. Here's a better term for it. It's called nocturnal emissions. Right. So, right. Some of you have nocturnal emissions when you're trying to go to bed at night. Okay, and those nocturnal emissions are becoming from the desires that you have. All right. Now, everybody looking up like, what the hell is that? I hope you can't spell it. I hope you mess it up. Block their phone. But anyway. So with those nocturnal emissions, a lot of that comes from pornography or things you see throughout the day. Play that video real quick.
The brain is a fascinating machine, really.
In terms of brain plasticity, everything that we do each and every day shapes our brain.
We call it neuroplastic, just as plastic is changeable and malleable. We can change the shape of the brain.
And I actually did a study recently on this. So we put people
Pause
in
it.
the...
The white man think he God. Did you hear what he just said? He calls it neuroplastic. Talking about the brain. He can shape your brain. How? That show you that the brain is powerful. And the things you see, that you receive, the information you receive on a daily basis is very powerful. Never take for granted what your children are watching or what you're watching, because it's shaping your mindset. This is some heavy stuff. White man the devil, man. I told y'all that. Play it.
Scanner, and we looked at their brain structure and associated this brain structure with the amount of pornography they consume. So basically we found in our study that the gray matter in the reward center is generally smaller in those people who watch more porn.
We've seen that with multiple addictions, from methamphetamine to cocaine, others, and now with pornography addiction. It's almost as if the brain is saying, I like pleasure, but you're killing me. This is too much.
My hypothesis was that the ventral striatum and the reward regions should be bigger in those people watching pornography. And it's exactly the other way around. So,
Were you shocked?
yes.
There is solid research to show that brain functioning changes. The more you watch pornography, that you can get a blip up when the pornography is totally new. But totally new soon becomes old as you watch that.
People need to watch more or get more interesting and novel stuff to get the same level of activity in the reward system.
You know, so it's a paradox. When it starts out, the porn is turning you on, and the more porn you watch, the less likely you are to get aroused.
Which seems to indicate that the normal, regular thing you were used to isn't sufficient anymore.
Y'all hear this? Your brain is telling you, I don't like that no more. You're not aroused by a man and a woman no more. Now it's a man and a woman. Or now it's two men. Or now it's an animal and a woman. Now it's a man and a little child, which will get you in very, very big trouble, brothers, sisters, watching that type of crap. But it's because you become desensitized. Like she said, the activity level of the what was the word? The arousal in that section of the brain, it starts to want more. It craves more. It becomes a drug, that dopamine hit. That's what it wants. That's what your brain wants. And you don't realize you're doing that to yourself. Go ahead, play it.
About the human mind is the power of curiosity to invent, to create. But what pornography does is it puts a straitjacket on our mind to say, no, this is the only thing I'm interested in. And then ultimately that any kind of compulsion is destructive.
Some people that you walk past, I'll be thinking about this sometime. You know how you be out in the street or even at your job. I don't shake people's hand at my job. I don't. Ask John. I don't shake nobody's hand. I'll fist bump the president. I don't give a damn. Donald Trump walk up in there, John. Hey, what up, Mr. President? What up, Mr. President? How you doing? I'm not shaking his hand. These dudes nasty. They filthy. And I done been in the bathroom and washing my hands. And I done seen hey, come up out the bathroom, out the stall, and walk right out that junk. I said, the white man think he God.
What did you say?
He don't get fecal matter on his hands. And he will come right after that. John, how are you? He go right to shake your hand. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, let me tell you something. If Esau coming out of the bathroom, don't shake his hand when he come right out the bathroom. Right. Make him wash his hands in front of you 3 to 4 times with hot water for 5 minutes apiece. Stand there for 20 minutes and watch him wash his hands. Then have him put damn hand sanitizer on. Right. Then fist bump him.
And you might get 50%.
And you might get 50%. You might not get something. I'm just telling you, these people are disgusting. Remember the scripture said there's no fornicator like the Edomites. They're the worst. They are the worst. Wisdom of Solomon 4:12.
The book of the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest.
Right, the bewitching of naughtiness. So you're being tricked. You're being bewitched. All right, go ahead.
And the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind.
You don't know the the complexities of your brain and the power of your brain and what triggers it. We've never grew up understanding psychology. We didn't look into those things, all right? Neuroscience and things of that nature. I didn't, at least. I was not interested in that. But as I become older and I start to study certain things, and of course you come into this truth, you start paying attention to stuff like that and watching how the brain works. The things that we're watching, the things that we're listening to on a daily basis is affecting our brain. And pornography, brothers, sisters, is affecting your brain and the way you look at life and even your everyday decisions. A lot of the decisions you make are based off if you're going to get a chance to get that nut or not. I'm sorry, I had to be honest. You trying to figure out how I'm going to please myself. I'm going to say I got to go home real quick. I'm going to lie and say I can't make it to the meeting. It be like that. It's just like a crack addict. When that urge come upon a crack addict or a dope addict, they'll lie. They'll steal. They'll do whatever to get that hit again. Bruh. It's the same thing for somebody watching porn. People, I remember in high school, you know, they used to pass the little DVD. Back then you had DVDs. On the bus, brothers would be passing the DVD around. You had it for a week. Now it's my turn to have it. And I go home, I watch it. You know, all the scenes, all the stars' names and stuff like that. We corrupted as kids, y'all. Our mind was, like the Bible says, our mind was undermined. Our simple mind was undermined because of the wandering of concupiscence. Can we look up concupiscence real quick? Concupiscence, CONCUPISENCE. Concupiscence. Look up concupiscence. Let's talk about what that means. The wandering or the wandering of concupiscence. All right, here we go.
This is the definition of concupiscence.
Yep.
Strong sexual desire, lust.
That burning lust that you gotta have it. I watched the video of Usher. You know, he be doing that little BS where he be going around feeding women cherries and stuff at his little at his concerts. And I saw one where a brother divorced. I don't know if it's true or not, but the story is a brother divorced his wife because she was like, you know, letting Usher feed her that. You should have seen how she was moving. You should have seen how she was moving. When he came up to her, it's like she couldn't control herself. Like as he got closer to her, it's like she was about to have an orgasm just for him just about to touch her face or give her a cherry. You got to ask yourself, you got a husband. You got a man at home. Why would how does another man entice you so much the way your brain shuts off the fact that you got a husband? And in that moment, to hell with your husband, to hell with your life, to hell with your job, to hell with your children, just so you can feel that satisfaction just in that moment.
The hell is this?
That comes from pornography.
Whore.
The hell is this? That's what she is. Right, that's excellent. But how does that happen? Because of lust. And that's why the Bible says in 1 Peter 2:11. I think Deep went over this last night. 1 Peter 2:11. Yes, that's not her, but it's like this. And they be going crazy. And now, if I ain't mistaken, Usher done came out and said he had herpes. Am I wrong about this?
That's been known for like years.
That's been known for years.
Years.
Bro got the bean. That's what we would say in high school. He got the bean. Yeah. That was his confession. Damn. Just when he thought he could say all he could say, chick on the side. Go ahead. I'll see you my boy back there. Yo, I used to listen to that.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand you. I'm not good at that shit.
Hey, man, stop it, man. Push me down the rabbit hole, man. Let it burn. Don't say let it burn. All right, I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to bring y'all into my life. Sister Baylor, my wife, she called herself trying to break up with me. When she was a 10th grader and I was in the 9th grade, she called herself trying to break up with me. So she called me with Usher, Let It Burn in the background. So I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell going on. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I said, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So I get to school the next day. And she said, did you hear the song playing in the background last night? And I'm like, I ain't hear it. What song? She's like, I had Usher playing in the background, Let It Burn. I said, what the hell are you saying? I want to break up. I mean, why the hell you didn't just say that? We was kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Whatever. But see, she called me with Usher, Let It Burn in the background. I felt disrespected when I thought about it about 2 years later. I said, man, right. You know, so 2 years later, you know, she begged me back. You know, she begged. Just so y'all know, she begged for a nigga back. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I took her back or whatever. Gave her another chance. Now she got 4 kids by her brother. You know what I'm saying? Married. Yeah, man. I'll let you come on back in, sis.
You gonna
they
learn
like, man,
today.
this dude here. God, the apologetics, they cutting this right now. Oh my God, he hates women. I love my baby. All right, read that for me.
The book of 1 Peter 2 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims,
As strangers and pilgrims,
abstain from fleshly lusts,
abstain from fleshly lust, read,
which war against the soul.
which war against your soul. The fleshly lust, it war against our soul. We are active war with our lust every single day. And the things that we watching is going to determine if we winning or not. The things you watch, if you're giving in to the porn or to the twerk videos or to these, some of them pop the balloon things, if you catch yourself watching that stuff all the time, you losing the fight. When that stuff pop up on your radar, you supposed to reject it. Nah, I ain't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? Your algorithm becomes you. I told y'all that before. We showed it in previous classes. Your algorithm is who you are. Your mindset. Be mindful. Go ahead. I'll tell you some. Go ahead.
Hey, let me get Psalms 101 and verse 3. Hey, we just read the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes is the windows to your soul. So and the damn devil understands that. Look what David says. Watch this. 101, Psalms 101 and verse 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 101, verse 3.
Come on.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes.
Read that again.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes.
That goes into anything that's a provision towards your lust. You're not supposed to do that. Read.
I hate the work of them that turn aside.
Come on.
It shall not cleave to me.
That's what happens. Once those endorphins open up, you keep going after the same thing. You start chasing it just like a drug addict. Do not set no wicked thing before your eyes.
For real, though. Hey, go to the next one. Go to the next. I think we had another video. What was next?
Hey, Cap, can I pull something out?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 3.
All right, we got you.
Because like you was going into those nocturnal emissions, a lot of times that comes through what you have looked at throughout the day.
Yep.
Whether you knowingly just sat there and looked at it or subliminally, you saw it in passing, just looked a little bit too long and it got logged in the back of your mind.
For real, though.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 3. For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words.
So when those nocturnal emissions like Cap was going into, sister walked past you on your job and you caught yourself looking just a little second too long where you shouldn't have been looking in the first place. Or you sit up there, you strolling on your phone and you caught that video that you shouldn't have looked at for 3 seconds. You actually, and then try to swipe on past it. And then the bottom say, a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words. Or you stood up and you had a filthy conversation with some of your employees about a sister or somebody on TV, or you might have a work wife that you just can't stop talking to. They say a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words.
And that's why I don't be talking to people at work, man. Because you'll get pulled into them wicked conversations with people. I mean, one time, it was about 6 in the morning. You know what I'm talking about. I'm standing in the middle of the walkway, and this guy come up to me. He bumped me on my shoulder. He said, hey, look at that one right there. It's the shift change. So one shift coming in, other shift going out. He comes show, hey, look at that one right there. So I didn't know what he's talking about. So I looked, and it was a sister walking. It's 6 in the morning. I'm like, man, I said, bro, what are we doing here? 6 in the morning, you looking at ass? What's wrong with you? You ain't even had breakfast, nigga. Right, you was with your wife just 30 minutes ago. You was in bed with your wife, and now you talk. Well, maybe not 30 minutes ago. Brother got a shower and stuff. But 5 a.m., 4:30 in the morning, you was with your rib. And then first thing you do as soon as you get to the job, but that's the mind of a whoremonger. That's what you're thinking about in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still yawning. I got crust in my eye trying to get out of it. And he talking about that. But that's the mindset. So right what you said, that multitude of business, what you feed your spirit all day, every day, will eventually cause you to look at evil and think of evil.